Hello, everyone. Ever wondered how one person changed Europe's map? Today, we're diving into the incredible, mind-blowing story of Napoleon Bonaparte. Get ready for a dopamine rush as we unveil the life of a true historical superstar. This isn't just history, it's a saga of genius, power, and ultimate downfall that still shapes our world today. You'll understand why his legacy is so enduring. And trust me, you'll be fascinated. Let's start our journey back in 1769. Napoleon was born on August 15th, 1769, in Ajaccio, Corsica. His birth name was Napoleone di Bonaparte, reflecting his Italian heritage from a minor noble family. Corsica had just become French a year before. His father, Carlo Bonaparte, was a lawyer. His mother, Maria Letizia Ramolino, came from a military family. Napoleon was sent to mainland France for education, attending military academies in Brienne-le-Château and the prestigious École Militaire in Paris. He often faced teasing for his Corsican accent, but showed exceptional talent in mathematics, geography, and history. He devoured books on strategy and ancient history, spending hours in the library. His early education laid the groundwork for his military genius. The French Revolution began in 1789, offering unprecedented opportunities. Napoleon, then a young artillery officer, recognized this as his chance. He embraced revolutionary ideals, though his primary loyalty remained to his own advancement in France. His military career accelerated during the Revolution. In 1793, at the Siege of Toulon, Napoleon demonstrated his brilliant tactical mind. He skillfully positioned artillery to force the British fleet to withdraw, leading to a decisive French victory. This earned him a promotion to brigadier general. At 24, his reputation as a formidable military leader began to spread. In 1795, he helped suppress a royalist uprising in Paris, further solidifying his position. This event, the 13 Vendémiaire Uprising, showcased his ruthless efficiency. By 1796, Napoleon commanded the French army in Italy. This was critical for France, fighting against the First Coalition. In his Italian campaign, Napoleon achieved a series of stunning victories against the Austrian and Sardinian armies. He demonstrated innovative tactics, rapid movements, and keen logistics, often inspiring his outnumbered troops. His victories in battles like Lodi, Arcole, and Rivoli brought him immense popularity and fame. He negotiated treaties that expanded French influence and brought wealth back to France. These triumphs made him a national hero. The Directory, France's governing body, grew wary of his popularity. To keep him occupied and away from Paris, they approved his plan to invade Egypt in 1798. The Egyptian campaign aimed to disrupt British trade routes. Despite initial successes, it failed due to the British destruction of the French fleet. At the Battle of the Nile in harsh desert conditions, Napoleon cleverly controlled the narrative, emphasizing his scientific discoveries. He left his army in Egypt and returned to France in 1799. Upon his return, Napoleon found the Directory weak and unpopular. Seizing the opportunity, he staged a coup d'etat on November 9th, 1799, known as the 18 Brumaire coup. He abolished the Directory and established the consulate, with himself as the first consul. At just 30, Napoleon became France's ruler. He consolidated his power, restructuring the government, centralizing administration, and bringing stability. He implemented popular reforms like balancing the budget, earning widespread support. In 1802, he was confirmed as first consul for life, solidifying his grip on power. In 1804, Napoleon declared himself Emperor of the French. On December 2, 1804, in a lavish ceremony at Notre Dame, he crowned himself Emperor Napoleon I, symbolizing his self-derived authority. This began the First French Empire. As emperor, Napoleon embarked on the Napoleonic Wars, reshaping Europe. He fought various coalitions, including Austria, Prussia, Russia, and Great Britain. His military genius was at its peak. The Battle of Austerlitz in 1805, considered his greatest victory, saw him brilliantly outmaneuver a larger Austro-Russian army. He achieved dominance over much of continental Europe, extending French influence through conquests and alliances. He appointed relatives and loyal generals to rule conquered territories, expanding the French Empire's reach. Beyond military conquest, Napoleon left a lasting legacy through his reforms. His most significant achievement was the Napoleonic Code, French Civil Code of 1804. This code unified French law, enshrining principles like equality before the law, private property protection, and secularism. The Napoleonic Code influenced legal systems globally and remains the foundation of civil law in many countries. He also modernized the French military, making it the most formidable of its time. Economically, he established the Bank of France, standardized currency, and promoted industry and trade. He initiated major infrastructure projects, transforming Paris into a modern capital. He also established the lycée system for public education. However, Napoleon's relentless ambition and expansionist policies led to his downfall. His continental system, 1806, aimed to cripple Britain economically but was ineffective, sparking resentment and smuggling. It forced countries like Russia to choose between French demands and economic necessity. The turning point was the disastrous 1812 Russian campaign. Napoleon led the Grande Armée into Russia. Harsh winter, scorched earth, tactics, and long supply lines decimated his forces. The retreat from Moscow was catastrophic, with hundreds of thousands perishing. This weakened his empire, emboldening enemies. European powers formed a new coalition. After battles like Leipzig, 1813, Napoleon's forces were pushed back. In 1814, Paris was captured and Napoleon abdicated. He was exiled to Elba. However, in 1815, he escaped from Elba and returned to France, welcomed by supporters. This 100 days period saw him attempt to regain his empire, but his resurgence was short-lived. On June 18, 1815, at the Battle of Waterloo in Belgium, Napoleon faced a combined British and Prussian army led by Wellington and Blücher. It was a decisive defeat, ending his reign. After Waterloo, Napoleon was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena. He spent his remaining years writing memoirs. He died on May 5, 1821 at 51, his cause of death still debated. Napoleon Bonaparte was a complex figure, a military genius, reformer, authoritarian, and conqueror. His impact on France and Europe was profound, felt even today. He stabilized France, modernized its laws, and spread revolutionary ideals while imposing his will. His legacy testifies to individual ambition and war's lasting consequences. He remains one of history's most studied figures. And that, my friends, is the epic tale of Napoleon Bonaparte. His life truly changed the course of history, didn't it? If you want to dive deeper into more fascinating historical figures, hit that subscribe button. Until next time.